before passing to the next step, very briefly, I wanted to ask a question about stereotypes. So let me start with Morocco. So for example, in Morocco, like we have our own stuff going on, and we have our own issues. But in general, outsiders, they have like a different opinion about some stuff that happens in Morocco, okay? So one of the stereotypes, I'm gonna give 2 examples I think that are interesting. One of the 2 examples is that Moroccans have a very tough temper. Like, they get angry very quickly. So that's kind of a stereotype. Sometimes it can be true, but it's not, like, I mean, for at the scale of a whole population, it's not, I think, true, but there are some like stereotypical type of Moroccan that gets like angry very quickly. And it's like true for Morocco, Algeria, kind of. I mean, we're like very similar, so that's like one of the stereotypes we have, okay? Another very interesting, for me I think that there is part of truth in it, but it's not like, it's not very accurate. It's like, yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, come to Morocco and then you can see what you're
Piece of the driver.
We just need to go. No, but anyways, I think it's a stereotype, but different people have different opinions, okay? Another thing would be this. So this is like actually very funny, very interesting. So we have like a stereotype that says that people in Morocco, they do magic. Yeah.
Voodoo.
So this is like a very, for me,
Harry Potter magic?
No. Secret?
yeah, kind of
Black
like
magic?
Kind of
Like
black
they call
magic.
it
Dark magic. Yeah.
White's black.
Guys, defend in the comments, okay? So, by the way, if you agree or you disagree, put a comment and then say your opinion, okay? So yeah, I mean, it is what it is, but it's not like everywhere. Like, it's especially maybe from the Arabs. This is like the Arab stereotype on Moroccans. Yeah. So they think like Moroccans, they do sihr, they do magic. I think it's not necessarily true. It's not true. There are obviously some people, they claim they can do these things, but the whole population, vast majority, they don't do these things. But there are a few people that they think they have such powers and stuff like that. Anyways, I don't believe them and I don't care, but the majority of people, they don't believe in that stuff. Yeah. But anyways, this is one of the stereotypes we have. I think it's really funny. Yeah, I mean, we can develop this subject much more. I think this is something really interesting because Morocco has like close ties to West Africa, and like in, for example, Mauritania, Senegal, and also Mali, there are a lot of things that are quite similar, like Marabout culture, and like, there is a mix between a religion and magic and stuff like that. Okay, it's not like the same as you move from region to region, it changes, but I think this is something very interesting. Yeah.
Actually, in my country, like I said, every region would be different. So I don't know how to say this. So I can be like, it would be like, oh God, it would be even bad for talking about my own people.
No, that's not too bad. It's like,
I mean, it's like me judging them. It's not. Yeah.
It's like what other people you heard them think about you.
Okay.
For example, when I say this about Morocco, I'm saying my people, they don't do that. There are only a few people that do that, but people think many people in Morocco, they do that, you see? So it's like an external.
But some of it is also right.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem of stereotypes. Sometimes
They have some rules.
I'm trying to pick the right words, but some part is doing it.
Okay.
So I mean,
I will not judge you, but
it's okay. That's what makes us unique. So I mean, maybe in the northern areas, the mountain areas, people have the temper. They're like, we say that they're like, if they think they want to do something, that's it. It's fit in their machines, in their bodies, and they will do it. There's no way you can change them or make them do otherwise. So in the northwestern areas, we have a stereotype that they're very loud and can also be a little bit stupid.
interesting. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, it is like that. I mean, I'm not saying like very stupid because the stupidity can also fall into innocence.
Yeah.
Because those areas have a lot of villages. So I would say they're not developed. They don't have internet. They're not as part of the world as the other places. And in the southern areas, like my city, where it's like, it's very fast, it's very modernized, it's very different from the rest of the country. You would, judging from me, you cannot talk about the country because it's very different from my city. Because my city has all the resources that other people don't have. And I mean, we also have a stereotype that we have very big weddings. I mean, the minimum would be like 4 or 5 events, and maximum depends.
Events?
Yeah.
For
Events.
4 or 5 people. That's
Events.
Like 4 or 5 couples married at the same time.
No.
One
events.
Events.
Yeah.
How many?
For the same couple.
married for 4 or 5 times.
No, different events of the
we have
wedding.
something similar.
And it's I cannot go on for depends on how much money or
Okay, I see.
how much you want. And people say that, oh no, we should keep it simple, like as
Yeah.
per the religion, but no one wants that.
Yeah, when people have money, they want to show off.
I mean, it's not even about the money. The society pressurizes you. I mean, you have to do that. So, and also like big families. Yes, we have big families. We have big weddings. I mean, that's and yeah. So.
But stereotypes, right?
Sure, yeah.
Stereotypes is like we eat everything.
Oh, interesting.
Whatever.
That's
I mean, there's like cats, dogs, scorpions, bats, cockroaches.
Is it true? I think no.
Yeah, you do.
Or
Right.
maybe it's-
I mean,
we used to say that too.
Yeah.
Like,
So let's have an explanation now, maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe we
I would
can,
like
we
that.
can learn something new.
Yeah. So the thing is, the vast majority
Mm-hmm.
don't eat these kind of
Mhm.
strange things. For example, me, I don't eat any of these.
Okay.
I don't eat cats. I don't eat dogs. However,
Mm-hmm.
across that vast country of China,
Mhm.
you can find some restaurants
Mm-hmm.
that are doing business on this.
I see.
For example, there are restaurants specializing in snakes,
Mhm.
so everything in that restaurant is made of snake.
Interesting.
And also for donkey, I think.
Okay.
So-
Especially in the
Yeah, donkeys. And also, I mean, there are weird people eating these kind of things, but the vast majority of cases, the people I know
I see,
and
I see.
I've met don't
Okay.
eat these kind of things.
That's interesting.
Even for us, we get
They're gonna
discussed
come
this.
for you, dude. They're gonna come for you.
I mean, I've never ever seen anybody eating.
Okay.
For example, during COVID, there was a very famous video
Mhm.
portraying a woman
Mhm.
eating a bat.
Yeah, I see that.
I think I can
That's
remember
Yeah, I mean, everybody I think.
and everyone thought that's
Yeah.
That's where the source of the
There was
virus
so
came
much
from.
accusation.
So I think I remember that I also heard something similar about the Chinese people in general. My explanation was like it's like similar to what you're saying. So China is like a very big country, and maybe you can always find, as what you said, maybe there is a region they like to eat this kind of animal, and that's true for the whole planet. It's just that maybe in China there are many of those regions, so that when you combine all of them together, you have the impression that all China eats everything, which is not true.
Yeah, it's like
Maybe.
But for the bats, that's really something not good.
Yeah.
But also, I think at the beginning that one was called COVID SARS 2 or something. The COVID.
Ah, yeah.
There was a one that also happened in China, but that one was confirmed that was from animals that been eaten by some people.
What?
So- I don't know if to say that in English.
Yeah, but those kind of places, I remember when COVID happened, they closed that kind of stuff. They call it wet markets. They kind of closed.
Yeah.
They closed
They closed everything. Yeah.
But I'm not really sure. There are two stereotypes that I can think of.
Mhm.
One is among Kazakhs about Kazakhs, which is most usually people had the perception that Kazakhs are lazy.
Oh, interesting.
But I don't know why. Like, why would Kazakhs tell about the Kazakhs like that? Which is not true. I don't think
I
it's
think
generally
there are
true.
also people in Morocco that say that about Moroccans. Like, I think this happens whenever, in the same country, when you have some people they work very hard and they get the impression from the others that work less than them, they get the impression that they're not working as much, so they think they're easy.
Yeah, because like actually it is quite the opposite. Kazakhs, especially the young generation nowadays, like are hustlers. They always have something going on,
Interesting.
or like starting something.
Okay.
And the second one, I think, because there was this famous film which I don't really like,
Mm-hmm.
and don't recommend anyone to
Scary.
watch. But
What's in
the
the film?
Borat.
Abort.
So basically,
Yeah, that harmed.
What?
yeah, don't watch it.
That's a movie that harmed the Kazakh culture.
So basically,
The national
because
What?
Because of
What
this
are you
film.
missing?
So okay, just a disclaimer for those who haven't watched it.
Yeah.
The Borat, it was like a comedian version, mocking the nomad style of Kazakhs.
Yeah, very stereotypical.
Potentially, yeah, it was like very rude. I have to say, it was very rude. But okay, because of that, it has been so popular in the Western world.
Yeah.
A lot of people, when, especially from US, or like they're like, oh, you know the border. I was like, but that's not true, and that's why a lot of people think that we still live in the yurts and villages. And the yurts is like a movable house that you can construct, which is not true. I mean, like in Astana is too cold for that. So.
Okay, for Nigerian stereotypes. I think the number one stereotype against Nigerians is that Nigerians are all internet fraudsters, or they are potentially internet fraudsters. Like they're gonna dupe you of your money. You hear this? The concept of Nigerian prince, like scammers. Let's just say they think Nigerians are scammers. Like,
I heard about that.
Which is absolutely not true. It's has this happened before? Yes. Recently, there was even one big one that happened. One really quite influential guy who was living large in Dubai, but he was over fraudster. And so like that is kind of like a way a lot of people see Nigerians potentially, which is not true. Nigerians are some of the most honest people you can find. They're very religious. So, but like there's this very small, tiny fraction, minority of people who kind of like outside the country and sometimes inside the country defame the country state this way. So that's not true. Nigerians are not fraudsters. Yeah, I'm sure you've met some.
I think that's like whenever something, such things they happen almost from all countries. They try to scam other countries.
Yeah.
But the issue is like when that happens and media they take it.
Oh, the way the media.
And then they show it again and again. So for example, there might be a band specialized in this stuff, and they become like, let's say, successful. Then the media takes it and like they make a big story out of it, and then it kind of keeps repeating.
Yeah, people
there are, for example, from this there was like some very influential TED Talks. There's one guy, he made a very funny TED Talk, but the issue is that the TED Talk is like funny, and it seems harmless, but with time, with like other things going on, like people they keep this kind of images in mind, Anyways, interesting.